Thank you very much. First of all, I want to say thank you to Heritage Council to organize this very important first meeting with all the projects founded in our first pilot call, because we're thinking it's very important to share the activities and to share the experience of these 10 project founded by the JPI. A very short presentation and introduction on our activities and the Strategic Research Agenda implementation. As you, all of us maybe knows, the countries involved in the JPI are 17, and we have 8 countries with the status of observer. And also the European Commission is involved in a quite sense in during the governing board meeting with the status of observer. So the JPI is a Joint Programming Initiative on Cultural Heritage, but in general all JPIs, the countries put together their activities, their ideas, their money to sharing and to implementing common strategic research agenda. Also, in terms of governance, we have a government board with the representative of the high-level representative of the principal of the ministry or county or agency involved in the participant country of the JPI, and also an executive board with 1 or 2 representatives of the same ministry or different ministry. It depends of the countries. In particular, we have also 2 very important bodies, the advisory board and the scientific committee, which have a very different, in a different role in the implementation and in the activities in general of the JPI. The advisory board is composed by the principal international organization in teams of cultural heritage, are our windows on the society, on the stakeholder in general, and are in this case UNESCO, ICOM, Council of Europe, ICOMOS, Europa Nostra, and the ACTP. And the scientific committee is a more specific body with, we have in the past, but also now, defined our strategic research agenda. We want to discuss also with the scientific committee the action program and some other specific document and activity that we want to implementing and to do in our future. The JPI need a coordinator. The Italian Ministry of Cultural Heritage, Activities and Tourism is the coordinator with the Ministry of University of Research, Italian Ministry, are the coordinator of the JPI, and the JPI coordination structure is composed by the coordinator and of the Secretariat unit. From the starting of our JPI was approved by the Council in 2019, in December 2019. We held a lot of meetings, as you can see, a lot of governing board, executive board, the scientific committee, and also advisory board meeting. Our main activities, most important I can say, was the definition of strategic research agenda. Strategic Research Agenda was a lead inside the JEP of the project, the Coordination and Supported Action Project founded by the European Commission to support the implementation of the JPI starting in 2011. The Strategic Research Agenda activities was led, I said, by the Art and Humanity Council with the participation, of course, of all countries involved in a JPI. And the process was a very complex and systematic process for the definition, with a bottom-up approach, was developed in a different step. In the first step was to collect the input from the JPI Scientific Committee on a framework of the strategic research agenda will have, and also in terms of the best process to build this document. After this step was built in each country, 18 countries involved in the JPI, the national consultation panels composed by researcher, public administration, enterprises, civil society, different component stakeholder. It depends which countries want to want to put inside, and for the identification of the research area, activities, gaps, and needs. After our Research Council asked us to identify some research priority by each country participating, and in terms of 12 top priority for national priority, but also for European priority. And in parallel, a lot of documents related to a foresight study to define the vision, the high level of the future, of the vision of the cultural heritage was developed, was implemented. At the end, we define our strategic research agenda that you have some copy on the desk, but also all of you maybe have already downloaded by our website with identification of 4 priority areas. Developing a reflecting society, that including the concept of identify, perception, value, and ethics of the cultural heritage, the connecting people with heritage in sense of information communication technology, how we can use in terms of sustainability and security also all our cultural heritage. Creating knowledge, that means the method and the measure, the damage, and integrating risk on the management of the cultural heritage, and safeguarding our cultural heritage resource in terms of conservation and adaptation and mitigation of our heritage. In the same way, inside the strategic research agenda, we identified the enabling framework, capability and capacity, management strategies, knowledge sharing, research infrastructure, policy, law, and regulation. These in particular will be the main items that we wanted to discuss, and also to give some to define a lot of tools for the action program, starting for the enable framework of our JPI. As you know, our parallel to the activities to definition of the strategic research agenda, we launched at the start of last year, in January of 2013, our first pilot call. This pilot call have a call budget of 3.3 kilo euro. The funding scheme was a virtual common pot. And the countries involved in this first pilot call was 13, and with 15 funding program owners. This is important also because, as you know, the JPI, not all the countries involved in the JPI need to participate to all the activities of the JPI. In this case, we have only 30 countries who participated. As you know, the process of this pilot call defined in a one-step process. The applicant submit a proposal, and after a national eligibility evaluation, a check to evaluate the rule and the administrative check. After a common scientific evaluation, 10 proposals were funded. The JPI pilot call research topics were method, tools, and modeling for understanding damage and decay mechanism on tangible heritage, including buildings, sites, and landscape, materials, technology, and procedure for the conservation of tangible cultural heritage, use and reuse of buildings and landscape, including the relationship between change of use and public policies, including costing and added value, and increasing understanding of cultural values, valuation, interpretation, and ethics identity. The 10 proposals founded was Merisda, HTV, Red Monest, Chisadama, Sus, Fuc, Lidart, Arco, Cherryscape, Tangible, you are all very happy to know you today, because I know only some of you by phone, but today I have the occasion to know all of you. I'm very happy of this. And some data, some analysis that maybe can be interesting also for all of us. In our first pilot call, we received 89 submitted proposals. After the eligibility check on legal and administrative rule, the proposed passed after this check were 66. As you know, after the scientific committee evaluation and a technical scientific evaluation, we composed a ranking list, and we starting to the first project to the ranking list, and we was able to found only 10 proposals, of which 7 of these proposals were founded at 100%, 1 was founded at 19%, and 2 were founded at 76% about. The total value of the project funded was 3.5 kilo euro, more than the starting budget of the call, because Italy increased some very few amount to found a project smart value. The 89 proposals that we received were a value of 24 and 0.53 kilo euro about, approximately 7 times the budget available. Some other data may be interesting. A lot of some countries, few countries have a very high number of applicants of proposal. In particular, Italy and Spain, and after the second step, the second level, we found Netherlands and Belgium, and the other are maybe at the same level in terms of number of proposals submitted. In terms of topics, the topics 4 and the topic 1 were the first popular topics, with a more high number of proposals submitted, and as you remember, one of the main rules was a proposal is because the proposals are transnational project. The minimum 3 countries needed involved in the project, but we had more than 86% of the proposal with more than 3 countries involved in the proposal, in the project. But the joint programming the JPI Cultural Heritage in general, the JPI, not are only joint call. Joint call is very important instrument, important tool to sharing knowledge and to sharing experience with the countries involved. But it's very important also to define a lot of other tools and a lot of other activities for implementing a strategic research agenda. So for this reason, we are working in these last months to definition of the action program. These activities in particular is leading by the Netherlands RCA partner involved in the JPI, and in our opinion, we are able to have this action program in terms of a mid-term document at the end of this year. The difference between the strategic research agenda is the strategic research agenda is a very high level with a long-term perspective, and the action program is a more concrete instrument, more concrete tool, where the countries give their endorsement to do something in the next 2-3 years. So it's a very more concrete instrument, but very necessary. The JPI also is, inside the action program, one of the efforts that we need to do is to identify, that I already said, not only joint call, but also networking, sharing infrastructure, mobility of researchers. These are the other kind of activities that we want to implement in our JPI. The JPI also implement a lot of international activities. For example, to involve the international NGO and also in the organization an international workshop with some representative of BRICS countries and also from Moldova and from Israel. This is we had a workshop in London 1 year and a half ago, and it was very interesting to share with these countries our activities and also our objective and aim, and also strategic research agenda. It's very important for us to starting to build activities for the future with these countries. Also to open the vision of the European cultural heritage to the other part of the world. Communication is very important. The Heritage Portal, also a principle for the project founded by the JPI, is a place very important where the research communities of the project founded, but not only, can share document information, all kind of news of activities for the themes of cultural, tangible and intangible heritage. We think this is very big, important instrument for our JPI. The Heritage Portal, as you know, is coordinated, is managed by the Heritage Council from Ireland. Now, what we are doing now? We are doing it with the definition of the action program, as I already said, but also to launch, as I say, and to manage, because we already launched, our second call. The second call was inside a project founded by an Eranet Plus project founded by European Commission. The name is Heritage Plus, and we launched in February, last February of this year, our second call. In this case, we have 15 countries involved with 18 founding organizations, because 3 different countries participate with more than one organization. As you can see, also, for example, Portugal and Israel, that they are involved in the JPI Cultural Heritage, not as a participant but as observer. For this call, they participate with the money to fund this call of these activities. This call is very different to the other, to the first one, because the call process was thinking in also because it's mandatory by the European Commission to participate to Eranet Plus in 2 steps. This means that the applicant needed to submit a pre-proposal. This pre-proposal is submitted to a check evaluation, national eligibility check, in the same way legal rule and administrative rule, and the second evaluation, scientific evaluation. After this scientific evaluation, also following a ranking list, the management group of the Heritage Plus, that means the country, the founding organization, decided which project, which proposal pass to the second step. The call budget, total call budget of our second call is 9.3 kilo euro. That means that 6.2 by the national funding of 18 founding organization, and only 33%, 3.1 kilo euro by European Commission. The funding schema is the same, virtual common pot. Now, in this moment, we closed the second deadline for the submission of the full proposal. We closed the last week, 22 October, and we are now starting the evaluation, the technical and scientific second step evaluation for the full proposal. And our intention is to finish all the process evaluation and define the project to be found in March, April of the next year. These are the name of the 18 program owner and the countries involved, and these are the topics for this second call: safeguarding tangible cultural heritage and its associated intangible expression, sustainable strategies for protecting and managing cultural heritage, use and reuse of all kinds of cultural heritage. These are the title. Inside the guideline for applicant, obviously, we specify a little bit more what means these three topics. Just to give you some number, for this second call also, because we have a very more huge total budget, we received 352 proposals submitted in the first step, 352 pre-proposal. After the eligible check, we have only 252 proposals, a very high difference between the pre-proposal and the eligible pre-proposal. This may be the point that we need to improve for the next call, because the countries need to clarify better their legal rule and administrative rule. And after the scientific evaluation of the first step, only 61 proposals pass to the second step. I don't know how many proposals we will able to find for the future. Thank you very much.